North Koreans are celebrating that apparent nuclear test. They rallied this morning in the capital of Pyongyang. It may also be the birthday of leader Kim Jong-un, but nobody knows for sure. Another familiar face to North Koreans is this veteran news anchor. She reappeared this week to announce the North's claim it detonated a hydrogen bomb. Charlie D'Agata in London looks at the woman called the People's Broadcaster. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning. This week, Ri Chun-hee put the bomb in bombastic when she broke the news in her signature style that North Korea had successfully tested the hydrogen bomb. Whether it's true is a matter of debate, but the announcement alone has already had an impact on both sides of the Korean border. Today, it was South Korea's turn to crank up the pressure by pumping up the jam, blasting propaganda and pop music across the border. But Pyongyang deployed its own weapon this week, rolling out Ri Chun-hee once again, this time to breathlessly drop the bombshell that North Korea had tested the H-bomb. We will not disrupt or dismantle the program, she said, until the U.S. reverses its vicious, hostile policy toward North Korea. The 70-something grandmother is the go-to news anchor when the regime wants to impress the world. Often outfitted in traditional dress, the Chimajigori, her unbridled exuberance and passion plays well in an isolated country that prides itself on the projection of power, real or imagined, under Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. Otherwise, she'd be out of a job, obviously, or worse. She barely made it through this announcement on the death of Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, in 2011. "We make this announcement with great sorrow," she said. In an interview with Chinese television, Chun-hee recommended that a good anchor shouldn't shout but speak gently to viewers. Advice that may have fallen on deaf ears to up-and-coming talent. It's clearly a style that we in the West find funny.
And now to Phil with sports! Phil!
But all that bombast hits home, back home, says David Kang, director of USC Korean Studies Institute.
Yeah, I mean, this is classic propaganda. They are telling, the regime is telling a story to the people, and she symbolizes that story. She's a woman, which is also typically more considered to be like part of the hearth and the home, and yet she's powerful and defiant.
Powerful and defiant, but in a dictatorship where there is no freedom of the press, she remains a mouthpiece of the government. Now, she's been broadcasting for the country's one and only station for 40 years, but these days they just bring her out for the big games. Gail?
Right. Well, she said some games to come.
Bring her out for the big ones.
I wish we could understand what they were saying, because that speaking style is so unusual for us. But what is she saying?
That's good longevity for any female anchor.
I think
40
so.
years.
I think so, too.
Yeah, well into her 70s.
Yeah.